Counter-Strike should have been dead years ago. So why the hell isn't it? Let's be honest for a second. On paper, Counter-Strike makes no sense in 2025. No battle royale, no hero abilities, no crazy movement tech where you're wall running like a maniac, no cinematic ultimates. Half the guns feel the same as they did when some of us were literal kids. And yet, CS2 is still pulling stupid numbers, still filling arenas, still producing clips that make your heart jump out of your chest, still ruining friendships over one missed smoke.
I stay behind, man, I check behind, I say one, push behind, man.
You are trolling.
Still making grown adults slam desks because someone wide swung with a deagle and somehow hit that shot. So the real question isn't why do people still play Counter-Strike? The real question is, why did everything else die trying to replace it? The game that never changes. And that's the point. Counter-Strike doesn't reinvent itself every year. It doesn't chase trends. It doesn't care if some new shooter drops with flashy trailers and $1 billion marketing budget. CS just sits there like, cool, come back when you're done. And people always do. Why? Because the core gameplay loop is basically perfect. You spawn, you buy, you take space, you outthink or out-aim the other team. You win or you don't. Round resets. Do it again. That's it. No bullshit. And somehow that loop never gets old because every round is different utility, different reads, different timing, different confidence, different mistakes. You can play Dust 10,000 times and still lose a round because you hesitated for half a second on long. You can have the best aim in the server and still get dismantled because you didn't respect a flash you knew was coming. CS isn't random, it's punishing, and humans are weird. How we love games that punish us when we know it's our fault. CS feels earned, and most games don't. Here's something people outside CS never fully understand. When you're good at Counter-Strike, you earned that shit. There's no hiding. You can't blame cooldowns. You can't blame a broken ability. You can't blame RNG recoil patterns that change every gunfight. If you whiff, that's on you. If you mistime a peek, that's on you. If you lose a clutch, yeah, that replay is living in your head rent-free. That's why CS clips hit harder than almost any other shooter. When you watch someone like S1pl or ZywOo clutch a 1 versus 3, your brain isn't thinking, wow, cool animation. You're thinking, I know exactly how hard that was. Every micro adjustment, every jiggle peek, every bullet counted, every nerve screaming, don't miss. That's also why CS ranks mean more than most games. If someone tells you they're high elo in CS, there's an unspoken respect. Because everyone who's played knows the grind, the plateaus, the years of being stuck, improving just enough to realize how bad you still are. It's humbling, brutal, addictive. Muscle memory is the real progression system. Counter-Strike doesn't level you up. You level you up. Your hands learn spray patterns before your brain does. Your crosshair placement becomes automatic. You stop thinking about movement. You just feel when a peek is wrong. That's why people who quit CS for years can come back and still frag. The game is burned into them. It's like riding a bike, except the bike occasionally one-taps you through smoke and makes you question your life choices. Other shooters reset you every season. CS doesn't. It lets mastery stack over years, and humans love that long-term payoff way more than they admit. The competitive scene is pure legacy. This is another reason CS refuses to die. It has history, real history. Moments people still talk about a decade later. Clutches that get replayed every major. Crowds that lost their minds before esports even knew how to market itself. You don't just watch a major for the gameplay. You watch it because it means something. You see a kid like Nessie pulling off shit that looks illegal, and you remember when he was just the next guy. You watch ZywOo casually dismantle teams with zero emotion and think, yeah, that's just how he is. You see S1pl lose, win, rage, dominate, struggle, and realize you've basically watched a career arc in real time. And then there's the crowd. CS crowds aren't quiet. They don't politely clap. They scream. They groan. They feel every clutch like it's personal.
Twist is gonna catch him with a headshot and a clutch in the very first round of this grand finals. He made him bite.
That energy feeds into the game itself. It's raw, unfiltered, real. You can't fake that. CS clips feel different, and everyone knows it. Scroll any platform. You'll see flashy clips from 100 shooters, cool movement, cool abilities, cool effects. Then you see a CS clip, no music, no editing, just a player, a gun, and a moment. And somehow, it hits harder. Why? Because CS clips are usually final. No respawn, no reset, no second chance. That was it. One decision decided the round, the map, sometimes the entire series.
Round over, half done.
Orbs already on the floor. And fourth for Big Clan imminent. Unless Nico's dig hits more than that. He's got two. Oh! Let's go! Oh, Nico! That is abhorrent! 4 with the deagle, make it 5 and ace from Nico! That is insult to injury. G2-9 at the half.
When Onapixel loses his mind over a skin or a clutch,
Land in my inventory now! Land in my inventory now! Tight noodle, please, come on! 3, 2, 1. Tight Nolo! Tight Nolo! Tight Nolo! Tight Nolo! Tight Nolo! Tight Nolo! Tight. Oh no! What?
it's because CS moments still feel rare. The game doesn't hand them out. You have to take them. Skins, economy, and the culture nobody else replicated. Let's talk about skins. Not because, yeah, they matter. CS skins aren't just cosmetics, they're status, history, and sometimes straight up investments. People remember where they were when they unboxed their first knife. They remember losing one. They remember trading, scamming stories, flexing in warm-up. No other game nailed this ecosystem the same way. It's not just look cool, it's culture. Combine that with community servers, workshop maps, aim training, Surf, KZ, CS gives players ways to exist inside the game beyond ranked. You don't just play CS, you live around it. Valve isn't perfect, and that's part of the story. Let's be real, Valve is slow, updates take forever, communication is... yeah. CS gives players ways to exist inside the game beyond ranked. You don't just play CS, you live around it. Valve isn't perfect, and that's part of the story. But somehow, that hands-off approach let the community grow naturally. CS wasn't forced into being modern. It evolved just enough. CS2 didn't reinvent the wheel. It polished it. Better smoke physics, better lighting, same soul, and that's why people stayed. Why CS outlived the hype cycles. Every few years, a CS killer drops. Big hype, big promises, big player numbers for a while. Then people realize something. The game's fun, but it doesn't stick. Because it doesn't reward patience. It doesn't punish mistakes cleanly. It doesn't create stories people remember for years. CS does. Because it's simple, and simplicity, when done right, is timeless. The truth nobody likes to admit Counter-Strike isn't popular because it's flashy. It's popular because it's honest. You win because you played better, you lose because you didn't. No excuses, no safety nets. And that kind of game doesn't age. As long as humans enjoy mastery, competition, and proving something, CS will exist. Maybe the graphics change, maybe the engine updates, maybe the maps rotate. But the soul, that's not going anywhere. And that's why 10 years later, after every trend came and went, Counter-Strike is still here, still massive, still brutal, still addicting, and yeah, it'll probably still be here long after the next CS killer fades into memory, because some games don't die, they just wait for you to come back.